Oppenheimer, in my opinion, is one of the best films of all time and makes it in my top 10 films easily, and probably in my top 5. Today I want to be looking at my favourite scene in the whole of Oppenheimer. This scene takes place later on in the film where Kitty Oppenheimer, played by Emily Blunt, gets grilled in an interview. This is a scene that really shows off her strength and is one of the most powerful scenes in the movie in my opinion. The scene happens during a big moment in Oppenheimer. Kitty, the wife of J. Robert Oppenheimer, is being questioned by a tough investigator named Robb, played by Jason Clarke. The whole interview is tense and full of drama. The room is cold and quiet, and you can feel the pressure on Kitty as Robb is putting her on the spot. Right from the start, you can feel how comfortable the room is. It's dark and closed off, which makes you feel how serious the moment is for Kitty. The camera stays close to her face, so you see every single tiny emotion as she responds to Robb's questions. It feels like she's trapped, but you can also see she's ready to fight back. As Robb grills her, she looks down and answers the questions in a very shy and enclosed way at the start of the interview. But what makes the scene so good is that halfway through being interviewed, she changed from being intimidated to a mix of passion, anger and grit to essentially outwit Robb in the second part of the interview. To give context to the scene, Robert is currently being interrogated as being a traitor and being accused of being disloyal. During the interview process, Robb is interviewing everyone around Robert, including his colleagues, his friends, and now his wife, Kitty. Going into this interview, Kitty is on the back foot as the interview process isn't going in Robert's favour at the moment. Emily Blunt is amazing in the scene. You can see a mix of anger and determination in her eyes. She's not going to let anyone intimidate her, and every time Robb throws a tough question at her, you can see her face tighten up, but she doesn't break. She keeps her cool, but you can see the determination in her eyes. Jason Clarke, as the guy asking the questions, does a great job too. He's really tough, trying to catch her off guard, asking about the communist ties and making her feel small, but you can tell he's getting frustrated as Kitty isn't backing down. The way the camera moves in the scene makes it feel like a real fight. When it zooms in on Kitty's face, you feel like you're right with her, feeling her stress. Then it comes to Robb's face, showing how aggressive he is. It's like watching a tennis match back and forth, but verbally. And let's talk about the words they use. So Kitty is being accused of all sorts of things, such as being disloyal, not being a good wife, and even having connections to the Communist Party. But when Robb really pushes her, she fires back, correcting Robb on his questions and replying with sharp, witty responses. The best part of the scene is when Kitty switches from being quiet to being angry and determined. It comes across like it was almost being quiet at the start of the interview on purpose. When Robb asks her a question, she whispers sorry and then puts her head down. And you can even hear the music in the scene change dynamic as Kitty changed personality. At the start of the scene, you only hear paper shuffling, chairs creaking and people whispering, and it makes you feel like you're right in the room and how tense this actual moment is. And then when things change, you finally start to feel like the ball's going in Robert and Kitty's corner when it comes to the interviewing. As the viewers want Robert and Kitty to do well in these interviews, as we know that they haven't done anything wrong in the storyline and they're being accused of something they haven't done. So why is this one of the best scenes in Oppenheimer? In my opinion, because it shows Kitty as not just a side character, but how strong and smart she is and how she doesn't let Robb push her about. The way Emily Blunt plays her and how the scene is shot makes you feel all the emotions in the scene while you're watching it. And every single second of it is gripping. Well, what did you think of this scene? Did it stand out to you in any way, or do you think it was just me that liked the scene? Let us know in the comments, and also make sure to subscribe to my channel as it means a lot to me. Thank you.